Okay, with the TI, there's a little bit of differentness to it. The very first thing you do, obviously, is you go to your mode button and you make sure that you're on degrees, which I am, so I can quit it there, and I can go to Y equals. The next thing is you go to your Y equals button and put in your sine X and your 0.5. Now, if you go to graph and you don't get a graph up, then the thing that you will have to do is go to your zoom function and make sure that you hit the 7, which is for trig. So if you have any issues with getting a graph up, that's the next step that you do, which is zoom. Now, remember we have to have this between 0 and 360, so now we hit our window button and we change that to 0 and 360. The rest will take care of itself, like in the other Casio event, and then we just say graph. It should give us a graph that is a sine graph between 0 and 360 and our line. Now, to get points of intersection, to solve for points of intersection on a graph, you have to hit second, calc, which is your trace button. And you'll get number 5, which is the intersection. Now, in order to get your intersection point, unfortunately, it's just not a one-button thing. You've got to scroll over until you get quite close. You don't have to be right on top of it, but quite close to that first point. So you have to get quite close and scroll over, and then it goes, the command here is first curve, and you go yes, enter. Second curve, yes, enter, and guess. So 3 enters, and you've got it, 30 and 0.5. And then you've got to do the whole thing, unfortunately, again for the second point. You've got to hit point. Now you've got to scroll over so you're close to the second point of intersection. Get close, doesn't matter if you're right on top of it, and hit enter, enter, enter. And boom, you'll get your second point of intersection, and sometimes there can be a third. But if you're between 0 and 360, make sure that you don't do more than what is asked of you in that window.